in relation to that will be put as part of that process.
Question number 10, Ms Hipkins.
Mr Speaker, my question is to the Minister of Education. Is she satisfied that the introduction of national standards has led to a tangible improvement in student achievement? If so, why?
Honourable Hikia Parata.
Mr Speaker, yes. If by tangible he means measurable, the national standards data shows a small overall improvement in reported achievement from 2011 to 2012, with reading up 1.2%, writing up 2% and maths up 1.4%. Obviously, we have data across 2 data points only, and so it is early days, as I have often said in this House. But parents have told me again and again they value the good, clear information about their child's progress. And, Mr Speaker, I would also note that of the over 2,100 schools in the system, just 2 did not report national standards data for 2012, so there is good uptake and it is making a measurable difference.
Supplementary question, Mr Speaker.
Supplementary question, Chris Hipkins.
Why is she satisfied that national standards will improve student achievement when a report released by her own ministry found that national standards had incorrectly measured the achievements of around 4 out of every 10 students?
Honourable Hikia Parata.
Mr Speaker, a number of the components of the New Zealand education system take some time to bed in. As the member will know, the New Zealand curriculum introduced in 2000 took 12 years, and our national qualifications framework has taken a decade to be moderated, and the Education Review Office constantly itself reviews how well that methodology is working. We have a substantial body of evidence now growing on how well we are doing with national standards, where we need to improve, and we are continuing to do that. But mainly we're improving how we report to parents who are most interested in how well their children are doing, and national standards helps deliver that.
Supplementary question, Mr Speaker.
Supplementary question, Chris Hipkins.
Well, does she believe that national standards are providing better information on student achievement to parents, given that fewer than half of the parents surveyed believe national standards were providing a valuable record of their students' learning?
Yes, Mr Speaker.
Honourable Hikia Parata.
I beg your pardon. Although the member hasn't disclosed the name of the particular report, I'm assuming that it's the NZCER report, where less than half of the sample responded, so we're talking about half of a half, and actually 3/4 of that same research report said that they appreciated getting clear reporting on national standards.
Supplementary question, the Right Honourable Prime Minister.
Speaker.
Order.
Mr Speaker, does the Minister think it will help the progress of young New Zealanders when we measure and monitor and report to themselves, to their parents and to their teachers the progress of a child and their capability of reading, writing and maths relative to not doing so? And what does it say about an organisation that cares more about the unions than they do about the kids?
The Minister can ask the first part of that. Order! Order! First part of the question can be answered.
Mr Speaker, yes, another good question. Of course we are interested in that, and of course parents want to know how well their children are doing in reading, in writing, in maths, in science, in every curriculum subject, and now that we have national standards, they are able to do that by child, by classroom, by school, by year, which has never been able to happen before. And now we are able to do that. We can also intervene without guessing, as previous administrations did, and know where we need to invest science and maths resources and other such initiatives, because we're interested in every child, unlike the opposition.
Order.
Mr Speaker.
Supplementary question, Chris Hipkins.
Thank you, Mr Speaker. Will the latest statistics from the OECD show that New Zealand has plunged from 7th in science to 18th, from 12th in maths to 23rd, from 7th in reading to 13th, a decline educational experts have widely predicted will be exacerbated by national standards?
Honourable. Order. 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 Honourable
Mr.
Hipkins.
Speaker, I'm unable to answer that question because the OECD results are embargoed under a very strict protocol that will not be released, the detail of which will not be released until 11 o'clock tonight in New Zealand.
Point of order.
Point of order. Chris Hipkins.
Mr. Speaker, I seek leave to table a speech the Minister delivered last week on the 28th of November to the Iwi Chair's Forum, where she did talk about the OECD statistics.
Speeches. Any member can seek that speech if they so want. Supplementary question, Chris Hipkins.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Is it the government's intention that teachers should spend increasingly more time filling in forms to comply with government reporting requirements and less time actually teaching? If not, how does she respond to the 60% of teachers and 70% of principals surveyed who say that national standards have created more work for little gain?
So again, Mr. Speaker, let's
Parata.
be clear about that sample, because when you use 60 and 70%, you're talking about less than 180 schools out of 2,100. Nevertheless, we take those concerns seriously. And so what has this government done? We have designed with teachers a progression and consistency tool where, let's be clear, we aren't asking teachers to make new judgments. We're asking them to compile all of the judgments they already make, enter them into a tool, put good quality data in once, and be able to use that information multiple times.
Question.
Supplementary question. All right. Order. Order.
Here to
Right. Order. Right. Honourable Prime Minister, supplementary question.
Here to educate the opposition, Mr. Speaker, to the Minister. Can she confirm that when the PISA results are officially released tonight, those 15-year-old children will not have ever done national standards? And that may well be part of the problem.
Honourable Hipkins.
Mr. Speaker, I can confirm that absolutely, because the 15-year-olds upon whom these results are measured went through school from 2001 to 2012. Therefore, regrettably, they were not caught by national standards.
Question number 11, Shane Arden.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker.